Hi there, this is Jacqueline with Nickel and Dime Decor, and we're ready to do our Fiona Charm Pack baby quilt. But we don't have a charm pack, so today is the cutting of our own charm pack and cutting out our borders and getting ready. So I will have this pattern on the video, and you take a screenshot of it and it'll be on your photos and you'll have the pattern, because this book is quite old. I believe it was 2011, if I remember correctly. So Fiona, isn't that an old-fashioned name? Okay, let's get started. We've got a lot to do today. Okay, guys, let me read off the pattern, even though I'm going to have it on the screen for you to do a screenshot. If you have a pencil and piece of paper, I'm going to give you what you need for this cute pattern called Fiona. 1 charm pack, or 42 5x5 squares. 1/2 yard of your white, 3/8 of a yard for your inner border, this one right here, 1/4 yard for your middle border, and your middle border is only on the top and the bottom. 3/8 yard for your outer border, and 3/8 yard for your binding. And then, of course, your backing is 2 7/8. This will be, 38 3/4 by 42 3/4 when finished. Each block is a finished 6 inches. Each block. Okay. Now, what I wanted to show you is, if you do not have a charm pack, how to cut your own. I had various, as you saw on the screen previous to this, I had various pieces of fabric. Various widths, just all kinds of sizes. It's what I had. Okay, first thing you're going to do is cut these 42 5-inch squares, okay? And this is how you're going to do it. You're going to do a 2.5 inch, and I have a little small ruler that I use to put on there, and I do my 2.5 inches, make a slit. If you have one of those turning tables where you don't have to move your fabric, then you put this and cut that line 2.5, and you have 4 2.5 inch squares. You're going to do that on 30 of your blocks. The other 12 are left untouched. Well, no, they're not untouched. I'll show you what we'll do for that. But those are these right here. See all these various ones? There's 12 of them. All right, with those, we've cut our 5-inch strips, and then we've cut all of these 5-inch blocks. That's pretty self-explanatory. But on these, let me move the camera just a little. On these, we want them to be 4 inches. So, put your little bitty ruler and get 4 inches and cut that side. Turn it and cut this side. And you have a 4-inch block. Now you say, why not just cut 4 inches instead of 5? Well, when you're cutting all of this, it's just a lot faster and easier to go on and cut 5-inch strips. That way you get your 42 for your charm pack, and then you can do subcutting. To me, that's the way you should go. All right. Then on your white, you have 24 of them. 24. And you just make a subcut from corner to corner. And this ruler is not big enough, but yeah, it is. No, it's not. Anyway, from corner to corner to make your triangle. I don't do any other preparation. You could fold it and make your crease and then cut it on your crease. But I just put my ruler down and go from corner to corner and make 2 triangles. That's what you'll do on all of these, so that you'll have 48 triangles. Okay? Then you want to cut your borders. And this very first border, right here, this inner border, the very first one, you cut 2 strips. 2.5. All of your strips for your border are 2.5. 2.5 by 30.5 for the side. 2.5 by 34.5 for the bottom and the top. Your next border is only on the top and the bottom. It's this green. You cut 2 of them, 2.5 by 34.5. Then your very outer border here, you cut 2 side pieces that are 38.5. And 2 bottom pieces are also 38.5. And then your binding strips, they recommend 2 1/4 inches. I recommend when you have 2 1/4 inches for your binding to put it on with a 1/4 inch seam. If you use a 3/8, it's really hard to pull that back and get it to look, well, it's just hard. Use a 1/4 inch seam to put it on, and then 2 1/4 will be fine. And of course your batting, you need a piece of batting. And they recommend 47 by 51. Why would you do that when your finished piece is only 38 by 42? I haven't quite figured that one out. But of course you want a little extra when you're quilting it. But you think of that accordingly, that your finished piece is 38 by 42. So, and that's all of our cutting. And here's another kind of a picture to show you what I was talking about, how to cut down these 12 that we picked out for the center pieces to get your 4 inches. That's a little diagram to show you. And then there's a diagram to show you on the 30 pieces. And you're ready to go. We are ready to go with this little quilt. It is just going to be precious. Jewel Tone Charm Pack Baby Quilt. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please share this video with somebody that you think might like to make this quilt. Remember, I'll have a picture of the pattern on it if you want to do a screenshot. If not, run back this video a dozen times until you get all the measurements that I gave you. Okay? Thank you very much, and God bless.